Is this album good? Today, we answer the world's deepest, darkest questions, but before we can get to those, let's talk about Midnights by Taylor Swift. My name is Nazar Sayed. I'm a writer and poet from Toronto, Ontario, and today we are doing a deep literary dive into Taylor Swift's lyrics on her new album, Midnights. Now, I love Taylor Swift. I've been a fan of Taylor Swift since Love Story, since her Fearless era. I think she's an amazing singer-songwriter. I think her melodies are outclassed. She's one of the best pop stars we have. And many times since Fearless, I've thought to myself, how does she do it? Because she's insanely productive and insanely artistic. I'm a big singer-songwriter kind of guy. I love poignant lyrics and catchy melodies. And with Taylor Swift, I've always gotten my fix of both of those. My favorite Taylor Swift albums are the Folklore, Evermore, Red TV versions. And I should say I've been very well fed in the past couple of years with those releases. I believe that run from Folklore all the way to Red TV is probably one of the most legendary runs by a pop star in a very, very long time. I think that's amazing what she was able to do with those albums, Folklore, Evermore, and then the Fearless and Red TV versions. I think the feat that she pulled off was just, it's beyond praise. And my least favorite album by Taylor Swift is Reputation. I feel like that tells you more about me than I'd want you to know, but there it is, which is probably a good indicator of where this review is gonna go. I'm not really into the whole revengey, I hate Kim, Kanye, Scooter Braun is the devil type of content from Taylor. I think there's only so many songs one can pull off from that inspiration. I feel like that well has been dried up for a while, and yet since Reputation there's literally been at least one song about Scooter Braun, and I don't give a shit about Scooter Braun, so it's really hard for me to care. I understand that he bought her catalog. I understand that it was unfairly given to him. I understand the whole context of it, but I just don't want to hear about it every time I listen to a Taylor Swift album. I think I'm done with that chapter of her songwriting. So today, I just analytically, lyrically, literarily try to analyze some of Taylor Swift's lyrics and her songs on Midnights. And the reason why I loved Folklore so much was because of her literary references in that album. You know, the references to Gatsby, the references to Jane Austen and Sylvia Plath. Her lyrics were more like poems attached to melodies, and I love that. So that was one of the first things I was looking out for in this album. Was I going to find any literary references? Was I going to bump into inspirations from other authors? And I didn't really find that on this record at all. The lyrical nature of this album is quite interesting. I think Taylor Swift is the queen of bridges. If I were to cut up a song into 3 acts, the bridge is the third and final act where all the climax is happening. And her songs really make sure that those moments are impactful and full of action. Not to make another Folklore reference, but The Last Great American Dynasty has one of the best twists I've ever heard in a song, in that bridge. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check it out. And I think You're on Your Own Kid does this perfectly. The bridge of that song is basically a variation of all the choruses she sung prior to that, all put together. And once you hear the amalgamation of all of those choruses put together into one piece, back to back to back, it's just, it's perfection. It's so easy on the ears. You finally see the through line of the story she's trying to tell in that song, and it's great. And I also feel like that lyrical run at the end of You're on Your Own Kid is probably the best lyrical run on the entire album. I think Antihero also has some smart lyrical descriptions, and yes, this is the song with the sexy baby, but it's also the song where she's the monster, where she's pierced through the heart but never killed. So pick your poison. But if you want the most poetic juxtaposition ever on this album, it only happens once or twice, and it's in Midnight Rain, where she calls her lover Sunshine and she's Midnight Rain. That juxtaposition is so powerful and poetic. It's almost Jane Austen-y, Sylvia Plath-y. Like, I will take that into that border of poetic utility. I mean, In the Name of Rupi Kaur, that was beautiful. Karma, I was ready to hate, but it's not that bad. Is Karma like a cat? I don't think so. See, this is not what you'd get in the Folklore era. I feel like the Folklore era took itself a lot more seriously, and for good measure. Karma is not the song in my ears. Karma is a trip. Karma is a song I'll listen to after years. Karma is a skip. All in all, I think this Taylor Swift album is for the people who enjoy glittery Taylor Swift. She said in an interview before that she writes songs with 3 different pens. She writes it with the quill pen, the fountain pen, and the gel pen. And I seemed like there was a lot of gel pen used on this record. And for those who enjoy that, this is for you. And I love that analogy, and I appreciate this album, and it has moments here and there. But for the large majority of it, I think it's not for me. And I'll have to sit this one out. Let me know if you appreciated this album as well. If you're a softer, more melodic fan of music, or if you're a pop, glitter, sparkle fan of music, we can all coexist here. Leave a comment in the comment section below, and let's have a Discord and a conversation about this. If you're interested, I also wrote a newsletter about this album. The links are below in the description. Feel free to check it out, sign up, and you can check me out in the description below as well. My name is Nazar Sayed. Thank you very much for watching my video today. Enjoy Midnights. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.